same thing over and over and over again. Just because people are awakening and they're years and years behind the ascension path that I've already done. I'm not going to put myself in compromise. I'm not going to put myself on hold for the benefit of those people that have been doing egregious criminal acts to get their selfish gain, to have their selfish clout, to have their selfish underground, black web, satanic, cult, Masonic, however it has been directed. It does not matter. I've given specific instructions to go to the authorities on your truth, to go to the authorities and absolutely bring truth on who has been directing. I am not going to be involved any further. I'm not anybody's babysitter. I don't care how anybody else feels or now that they are awake, I don't care. I have many, many videos that have explained and expressed everything from here on out. Hello, Cluedo, my little lovely. We're moving forward fast and there's going to be a shift in timelines, and I'm making it very clear from the videos that I've put out before. Anybody that wants to collaborate, there is a Working with Higher Dimensional Beings on my Crystalline Children's blog spot. I think it was back in January. So go look at that. That was a download from Commander Ashtar, and I will not bend on those recommendations. It's very important that we follow that for the preparation of first contact, and we're all following similar spiritual guidelines and protocol for maintenance and sustenance of our fields and our energies, and everybody has to be respectful of those that are very highly sensitive with energies and working with energies in our channels and our psychics. And that's the reason why I put out the videos I do. So if you're not following it and you're just wanting to push your way through because you want a fast answer and you want a quick pill and you want to get yourself in on the energy so that you don't have to do any work, having other people do it for you, which is everybody from my past and from Calgary. I don't want to deal with anybody from Calgary, and I'm not going to. I've made it clear over 800 times. I've made it clear over 8 years. I don't want to do anything to do with Calgary people. I don't want to have anything to do with them. I'm not working with you. I'm not going to set up your business. I'm not going to fix your cult. I'm not going to fix your warped church. Everything that you have done and everything you've chosen is up to you to go back and do your soul lessons and do your soul learning, and you work with God or however you choose or whoever you choose. I'm not going to be involved in the fixing of your life. The summer energies are going to be profound, and we're into like another 30. Go back to my post this morning I did. We're 30 days away from the Lionsgate portal, which means that things are going to be moving fast for those that are prepared to get themselves and get their businesses and their vocation and their heart and soul, move it forward to the Lionsgate portal and 5D alignment. You can't move into 5D alignment if you're absolutely not doing any spiritual healing, and you're not doing any spiritual alignment, and you're not doing any spiritual work. So don't wait for anybody to fix your life for you, because it's not going to happen. Don't wait for anybody to do your ascension path work. It's not going to happen. Don't keep coming back to people when they've said no. No means no. Me personally, as Joanna, as Celeste, these court cases will be heading forward. There will be payouts. There will be settlements, because everything that has occurred has been absolutely egregious and against all human rights offenses and criminal laws. I will press charges on everybody involved, because everybody involved, as far as I'm concerned, it was all equal. Everybody knew what was going on. They took money. They were paid. They knew exactly what was going on. Documents fabricated, POAs fabricated, birth documents fabricated. Governments were involved, as Source says, in the Calgary Cult and Coven, and I've recommended everybody go to the authorities and give your story. I'm not going to be involved in it. I'm not going to protect. I'm not going to support. I'm not going to pull you out of anything. I've given enough. I've given more than I should have given. You have all harvested from me, from Calgary. I'm talking only to those beings that are abusing and using energy and are abusing and using star seeds. These are the people I'm talking to, because there's a whole bunch of people, and there's a handful of people that want to come back and slither back and get back in my life and slither back in and say, oh, I think I want to be with you now, and oh, I think I fumbled you, and oh, this and oh, that. It's too late. It's 3 years too late. It's about 45,000 sacrifices too late. It's rituals too late, it's defamation too late, it's exploitation too late, it's throwing my name on the dirt too late, when nobody was ever there with me, when I was crying every day and suffering for how many years and how many years and how many years you all played in the lies. You all played the lies, you all played the torturous little events, you all played the torturous psychological bullshit, you all played it. All of the cults and covens, all of the Masons, all of the warped people, all of the practitioners, everybody is equally guilty. The governments are equally guilty. God has given his recommendation. Go look at my decree on Friday and go look at my vlogs, go look at my videos. God hath spoken, and the guilty verdict has already been read. When you do criminal acts against somebody with no reason or rhyme, just because you want to settle and you're working on behalf of your wounds, those are your criminal acts. They were criminal acts. They were criminal intentions to infect. They were criminal intentions to destroy me. They were criminal intentions to sabotage and punish me. They were criminal intentions to absolutely dominate and break me. These are very psychologically disturbing intentions. And these things need to be investigated, and they need to be researched, and they need to be studied, and we need to come up with healing systems and new laws. And I will stand up for it, and I will keep standing up for it, and I will never sit down. I am tired of saying the same thing. Everybody from Calgary, all the cults and all the covens, because you're so codependent, you don't know where to go and you don't know what to do. Turn in, go to God, as we've been told for many, many years. Get healed. Go get your mental assessments, go get your psyche assessments, go get your validation, go bring your truth to the authorities, and then you sort out how you're going to pay me back. Because there are thefts, there are crimes, and these are criminal offenses. It's not just an oops, I didn't know that was your money while I sat homeless and I asked, how many times? How many times did I ask for my money back? I have emails, I have proof of how many times I've asked. And those emails are dated. And there's legal documents for the divorce that stated any monies outside any bank that you had to declare and you had to sign and you had to have stamped by a court, which means you perjured yourself. Everybody involved knows exactly what they have been doing. People thinking they own me, people thinking they're going to give me false marriages, people selling me back and forth to cults. These are your egregious acts, and they're egregious, they're inhumane. It is slavery. And I'm calling everybody out. Don't come towards me. Don't come towards me and think we're going to pick up and talk. I don't care how anybody feels. Go get healed. We're never going to be friends or pals. I'm never going to be your partner. I'm not going to be your lover. Anybody that wants to come towards me and work and collaborate, you must absolutely know who you are and where you're going and what you're doing. Come correct. And if you're looking for a romantic situation, if you think you're a soulmate with me, God and Source and Spirit will make sure that you don't have third and fourth and fifth polys, and you've got a polyamorous situation, and you've got 6 and 7 partners, and you've got all of these things going on. Stop wasting my time, people. I'm tired of having my time and my life and my energy wasted. Everything has been said a million times. Go do the work. Go do the healing. Talk to your guides. Get your guidance from within. Everybody knows what they owe me. If you're coming forward as a soulmate conversation to collaborate, if it is romantic, there is only 1 or 2 people that are meant to come forward and explore soulmate operations. And you will not have third and fourth parties and other partners and other things going on, because that's not coming correct. So Divine Masculines, it's time to level up. Divine Masculines, it's time to get right. Divine Masculines, it's time to level up and get right. My time is important. My time is precious. I'm not going to be screwed around again. I've said what I've said to everybody in Calgary. These are criminal acts. These are criminal crimes. Everybody has been found guilty. The spiritual courts have already spoken. They're egregious criminal acts. You are all forgiven. I've released you all. We will never co-create ever again. You're all forgiven. Please go and clear your karma and make it right. You're not going to make it right through me. I'm not your portal anymore. That portal has been closed. My ex from Calgary, it will never ever happen. You're forgiven. Go away and get healed. And you need to return the money that you stole, because you absolutely stole, and you denied it and you lied to my face over 1,000 times. So go make it right. Go to the authorities, put all the documents and the checks to my lawyer. That's how it's going to be done. We're not going to meet at a coffee shop and you slide me money underneath the table. That's not how it's going to be done. These are criminal offenses that I suffered. I suffered every day. I cried every day in suffering. I still have PTSD. I still have to heal myself with my teams every day because of the damages done, because of the wasting of my life, the wasting of my energy, and the attacks on my life, and the attacks on my energy, the attacks on my chakras, my attacks on my children. It's not okay, people. This is a slow dagger human hunting experience, and every cult and coven will be held responsible. And we will make new laws, and I'll be a part of making those new laws. And the ones that have been my disciples from day one, we will be the leaders of New Earth, and they're going to be placed in their positions to help all others heal and set out new systems for humanity. Because that's what matters. Is people that actually want to be healed, people that want to learn, people that want to expand, and people that want to be a part of unity on Earth. You can't be a part of unity on Earth if all you care about is doing more sex magic so you can get lesser karma and lesser charges. You haven't got the lesson. So again, stop wasting my time and go away and get healed. These were not just mistakes, and it's not just an oops. You intended to take me out thousands of times. That is a very concerning energy, and you need to go back, all of you. So please, leave me alone. You're all forgiven. Please go away and make it right. Return the monies that you stole and go through lawyers and go through the authorities. Those that are behaving from misogynistic, bigotry, polygamy, low vibrational belief attitudes, not my problem. I was here to trigger you, and I was placed before you as far as bait so that you could see there are other ways for you to look at your wounding, look at your childhood wounding and heal it. Go there and heal it. I am not your babysitter. I'm not going to hold your hand. You have to do the work. I have 750 videos which include meditations and working with your chakras and clearing out the densities and understanding who you are as a soul. If you're serious about healing, if you're serious about going further, then do the work. Make yourself a priority and do the work. I will not spend another ounce in a minute on anybody from the past. You have unconscionably, deplorably wasted my energy and my time and my life. You have no idea the amount of life force that has been wasted and sucked and harvested from me. It's uncountable, the things that have been done to me, and the harvesting and the taking and the raping and the rituals and the sex magic and the sexer and all the things that were done. And anybody that has anyone that has an inkling and the audacity to think that they can come and stand before me and waste more of my time so you can explain yourself. Time is up. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. It was over a long time ago. Heed my word. Leave me alone. I have my human rights. I will put up protection orders. I will put up restraining orders. You will not get your way this time. You will not siphon your way back into my life. You will not slither your way back into my life. You will not bind yourself back into my life. You will not dump your karma on my life. You will not do any more rituals or jar work. You have lost all access to me. There will never, ever be an incarnation for either of us or any of us ever again. You've lost access because of the egregious, deplorable deeds that you do every day on my life. You have no right. So you're gonna have to deal with all the bidding and the trading and the betting that you've done on my name. You never had a right. That's your problem, not mine. I am owned by none. I will never be owned. I will only look at those with contracts that are already written and already drawn, that are the highest of benevolence that I've already outlined in working with higher vibrational beings. That's all I'm gonna look at. I'm not gonna be anybody's employee. I've just explained that 100 times. Go and do the homework. Please stop wasting my time and my energy. I have a lot of healing that I still have to do from the gangs and the groups that have been harvesting and siphoning from me so that you can buy more houses on my money. Everything will be balanced. It absolutely will, because it's been disgustingly abhorrent. And you all know it. Go to the authorities and make it right and clear your karma. That's not my job, that's your job. So it's time to grow up here, people. We're out of the playground now. And I was placed before you for these reasons. There are spiritual higher order and there are spiritual laws. Perhaps you get to know them. Thank you, and I'm saying goodbye. All of my disciples, I love you dearly, I love you dearly, I love you dearly. We just put out a new video yesterday about spiritual guidelines and protocol, spiritual maintenance, and we're going to talk more about that this week. And we're also going to do a video about the omnipresent field and the DNA. I had some really cool downloads about the omnipresent fields of all dimensions in this one universe. I was given a really cool visionary download on the consciousness mind of the omnipresent and how it sits within every dimension and how it operates within the meshing and emergence of your own multi-dimensional bodies, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and then how you're downloading information from the capacity and aptitude. So it was really cool. God was kind of placing me in these little, you see that from the video that I've got here, the little dot there, that is a reflection of the sun. So God showed me all these dots that were in all of the dimensions, as I've shown you in some of my very primal illustrations that I write and I draw. And there's an infinite number of these dots of the omnipresent mind and all of the information that's held within the little dots of the omnipresent mind. And so Source was showing me that what if we had access to, but we do, but we just haven't been told. And this is, sir, again, once you become observing and aware of it, then your consciousness grows. So I'm going to leave you with this and you can get a little bit excited. That diagram and that illustration I show you of the spiral and then a whole bunch of little dots, similar to the little dot that's in front of you. It's pure crystalline light and it's transparent and it's see-through, and it is, of course, Christ consciousness is Source Creator. The Source Creator is in all things, in between things. It's all life in between life. It is the breath of life. So what if all of these dots in every aspect of life was the Christ conscious, was Source mind, was the higher mind, it was God, Mother, Father, God, the mind of Mother, Father, God. All life is Source Creator. So all of these aspects are infinitely available to us at any moment in all moments, and it's up to us just to place ourselves within it and harmonize with it for us to become it and be it. And that is what is meant by I am that I am. The I am presence is always there. The I am presence is always available. And it's up to us to understand that, because our minds are used to, in a 3D version and a 3D perspective, is to see ourselves separate from ourselves, and we see everything outside of ourselves. And that's how we've kind of delineated ourselves since, being a 3D experience. Because we had, at some point, our brains had to understand the physical body of ourselves in comparison and in relationship to the environments that are outer to us. So that's just a thing that our brains naturally do. And we've discussed this in, it's psychology. And how does one see itself within its environment? Well, now we're understanding that everything is the holographic experience, that it doesn't matter what dimension we're talking about. Everything is expressed through Source Creator vibrationally. Everything is kind of placed, I'd like to say more crafted, in a dimensional vibrational experience. So the more that one dimension grows, that dimension grows in its vibration, it grows in its information. And that's what's so exciting, because now that we're entering these new timelines, we're entering these new summer codes, we have the potential and the possibility to bring heightened awareness, which we are already, right now we are, is bringing expansive understanding, expansive education, expansive wisdoms and informations and intellect into the dimensions that we sit within. And so all of these experiences are expanding the divine mind of God. So that spark in whatever it is you're going within, that spark could mean anything in any way. You're getting in the elevator and you're pressing the button. You're actually calling that download. You're calling that source experience in, and then you're going to ask to harmonize with it. And that source experience can be, how do forests communicate? That experience can be, how do we clean our waters in the highest benevolent way? How do we move apart? How do we get rid of our garbage so that it's not causing any more, toxins in our air? All of these things are available within the source there. The answers are already there, because if we're asking the questions, the answer have already been provided for us. That is Source Creator. It's always the equal opportunity, equal measure. So it's already there. Everything that you're asking, everything that you want, and everything that you're ready to move through as an expression or learning is already there. So it was really cool to see that Source was saying all of creation is already there. We are now remembering ourselves as godly in the holographic experience, and so every moment is just a remembrance of us as Source. We're already Source. We've always been Source. And so in that, you have access to all of the information in every bandwidth. The only thing is, though, we have to entrain, and this is why your teams are a part of your experience, and this is why we ask that you live in loving commandmentship of light. Because without your loving commandmentship of light, without your working with it, without your being involved and entangled and enmeshed with living light and having those advancements and enhancements done to your multidimensional bodies and your cells and your brain and your DNA and all those things that happen in a light ascension experience. Light is touching your multidimensional bodies, light is touching the brains, and light is touching the cells, and all of these things that occur all simultaneously. It all happens quite naturally. But without you understanding, and without you going deeper, and without you doing the path work, you can take greater commandmentship in doing so and learning so and being so, and just allowing that enmeshment with Source Creator and God to be more specifically intellectually aligned with you and what you're here to move through in your soul's blueprint. And so I specifically say to my teams, I want to learn more about the DNA. I want to learn more about the brain and what happens to the brain and enhancements and advancements when light hits it, and how do you know what happens next? Because there's something that's really profound that they also show me too. I take you back to that vision of the omnipresent, all those dots being Source Creator. It is the same as, in correlation as, the DNA upgrade when there's a DNA that is activated with light. And it's kind of a misunderstanding, but it is at the same thing. When light hits it, that DNA becomes activated, and then there are the DNA upgrades. So the DNA is upgraded because, yes, we turn on the light. So that can be an upgrade in and of itself. But when we say upgrades and enhancements, your teams also have to do work with your multidimensional bodies after the light has been activated on that codon. Because everybody has infinite experiences of the health of their body. Are they working with light concurrently? Are they working with their teams concurrently on their health? So the more that you do concurrently with your health, the less your teams kind of have to do, because you're not resisting any of it. You're falling in alignment of knowing that you're Source Creator. You're not in resistance of what's going on in the process of ascension. So that's why I've been saying work as much as you can with your teams at nighttime to heal the many things that we kind of do to ourselves in knowing and thinking that we're separate, but we're not. So we just wanted to make that kind of a little clarity part there, because it is misunderstood in the collective. When we say DNA upgrades, people think that their DNAs are they're putting things inside your DNA, and that's the kind of the word and the term that's given. But as yes and no. What happens first is light touches that codon. Whatever information is in that codon, be it a shamanic experience from, say, the Mayan timelines. And Mayans were thousands and thousands of years long. So maybe you have 50 timelines in the Mayans that's going to be activated in that tiny little codon. And that will bring together all of your shamanic wisdoms, all your shamanic skills, working with the earth, working with berries and herbs, and all of those things that we did in the Mayans. We are very closely with the celestials and the galactic, celestial bodies, and working with our earth. So maybe that codon was activating that. And then when that light gets activated, your teams kind of watch, and they predict, and they watch to see how your body is interacting and harmonizing with that light codon activation, because the DNA activation activates then all of your other multidimensional systems, which then will allow your teams to better understand what needs to occur in the brain, what advancements, what activations, what necessary adjustments need to be made in the multidimensional bodies. But then again, I say this with great, this is the most important thing, because I am kind of OCD, and I'm very intense. I like to learn. I like to always be on top of where my path is going, ascension wise, and I because I'm just excited about learning all about Source Creator. So that's just my energy that I have and I carry. But that's not the way with everybody, and I don't want anybody to feel the pressure of being this or doing this, and I don't want anybody to follow that protocol. But it does assist your teams that if you are excited to learn more, if you're excited to do your ingathering, going to bookstores and reading all that you can about self-actualization, learning and exploring all that you can about source and light and nature, all the things that you're excited to help with humanity and help with healing animals and help with getting our planet into alignment of greater 5D unity and harmonization, because they're all the things that are sitting in your codon and in your DNA and all your experiences that you're now just remembering. But we've been very disconnected and we've been very distracted in the 3D, and now we're going to have to remember and remind ourselves that the more excited that we are, the more excited we are to look and investigate and explore, that makes the job a little bit easier for our teams, because there is the momentum of E equals MC squared, always in quantum mechanics. So if you have that E equals MC squared to the equal measure that you are making that quantum connection, you're making that quantum entanglement, your teams are going to be ever so, blessed to have that open portal for the light to move through. So there's always that quantum equation of capacity and aptitude. Are you excited to learn greater words? Are you excited to learn about quantum mechanics? Anything that you're excited about. The sacred child is all about excitement to create, explore, express, and experience itself within creation. That's the sacred child energy. The sacred child energy is all about that quantum ignition, that quantum spark that is that E equals MC squared. That's where we're returning to. That's why we have to heal those inner child woundings, because in the healing of the inner child woundings, we're returning that quantum spark. That quantum spark helps us with momentum to learn and gather and to grow, and automatically, it's natural, it's called natural order. Your vessel then becomes natural order godliness. And this is why 5D dimensional people just have a natural understanding and it is orgasmic just to know things when you want to know them, how you want to know them. That's exciting to me. That's ecstatic. That's like an orgasm to me, because that's just who I am naturally. And I enjoy reading. I enjoy learning about different people's perspectives. I enjoy learning about the quantum equations. I love looking at things and drawing things out and saying, wow, I didn't think about that before, but it helps me understand this a little bit more. That I get really excited about that. And that's why I love being a teacher, because we've never been taught these things in this reality, because it's been so very separate about seeing ourselves outside of God. But God is all things and God is all life. God is all aspects of energy. We are also the spark of that energy through our emotions. But it's up to you to find out and figure out and sort out and define and discern for yourself what excites you. What things have you always gone to that make you really feel peaceful and calm? What does that child do when it's had an upsetting day but it wants to just go and create art by itself? So that's why the sacred child energy is always really very important, because it will return you to your natural order of godliness. And that godliness helps enhance, and helps open the portal, if you will, to how your teams are going to enhance and upgrade your DNA and your multidimensional systems. But yes, sometimes it does begin with the light hitting the codon first. As it hits the codon first, it then ripples out as a quantum pulsation, as the quantum harmonic, as a quantum note to all that you are as a multidimensional being. They're also showing me that, yes, it also hits those other aspects of you in other realms and other bodies. This is why it's important to understand all that you do in this body, in this realm, affects all aspects of you. This is why your ancestors are very keen on you following through with aligning with your spiritual highest and best, about making your path right. Be onerous of your path. Be accountable of your deeds, and transcend what your lineage has placed before you. If you're here to transcend narcissism, put it on the table and transcend it. Bit by bit, day by day, action by action. Because you're here to do that. It's in your blueprint. It's what you've been manifesting. It's who you've been. That means you're a very powerful being of consciousness. Just change the story. There's no more blaming back and forth. Own it. If it's in your path, own it, work it out, alchemize it. That's being godly. Stop thinking other people are your problems. It's not your problems. You're the problems, and your issues and your childhood energies, all of those things are for you to look at. They're for you to look at because you can. They're there for you to look at because you can alchemize it. Nobody outside of you, and forcing somebody to be with you, and forcing somebody to see your way, and forcing somebody to be manipulated by you, and forcing somebody to be back in your bondage, that will never be the answer. You will always earn negative karma, and you're going to be moved farther and farther away from those people that are aligned, that did do the work. That is just the way it is, people. You're not going to be playing these games anymore with the star seeds. You're not. You're not going to have a billionth chance to come forward and talk to star seeds about your version of it. You've had your time. You've had 3 years to come forward and discuss in a mature manner about your accountability, about the deeds that you have done and the lies that have been withheld for 15, 20 years, about the secret life and the secret things and the secret rituals and the secret this and the secret that. If you're holding secrets from your family and your loved ones, Masons, warlocks, and witches, then you don't love them. Because a loving foundation, and what you grow on a loving foundation, is spawn, and it is bred by truth and transparency. Otherwise, the fruit shall bear its name. So what name is it bearing? Lies, deceit, trickery, underground, black magic, manipulation. So then wear it, and be accountable for it, and then transmute it if you so wish. But the children don't deserve deceit. Just because you want to play a game in an underground black mason because you think you're ranked. If you're lying to your children, you're not ranked. I mean, it's very simple. Quantum mechanics is very simple when you look at it from a quantum perspective. The amount of energy you have to put in to hide things and to lie about things and to manipulate things takes far more than just the natural order. And this is why we get the balances and the imbalances all skewed. Because you have to put so much effort into manipulation and hiding and thwarting and then spell work and then the voodoo and then this. There is so much energy of a negative proportion rather than just allowing life to flow naturally. If you allow your body to heal naturally, if you allow light in naturally, if you start speaking to your cells as light and your body is light and your brain is light, and you just allow light and love to flow, it's a far more easy, far more relaxed, far more natural order experience. There's no ever forcing needed, ever. And if there are those beliefs and patterns and perspectives that think you have to control someone and bind someone and do sex magic and orgies and all of these things to get what you want, you are still going against the natural spiritual laws, because everybody has free will. And when they say no, they don't want to be with you, they don't want to be with you. Sort it out and heal. Because you're holding them up. You're being abusive of their energy. You're being abusive of their Akash. And Source Creator God has already said, no. You were removed for a reason. You have no access to me for a reason. So learn the lesson and go heal. Get your independence. You will not suck the life out of me again. You will not use my energy again. You will not dump, swap, thwart, steal, bid, bet. You will not pay any covens or cults because you're making a new deal with me, and then you go make a bet behind the door because you owe people money because you bid my name back and forth 10 times before and I didn't pass away yet. Those are your problems. They're not mine. They're inhumane, egregious acts, and you all know it. False marriages, false selling people back and forth to cults and covens, it is inhumane slavery. And you don't have a right. You don't have a right to put anybody's name on a piece of paper unless you're offering them a contract, which they will be reviewing with lawyers and their spiritual teams. So everybody is going to be leveling up in their spiritual protocol, in their spiritual maintenance, and their spiritual guidelines so that they can know within themselves, I'm standing on my power, I'm standing 10 toes down, I'm standing in my business because it's my soul and it's my spirit, and I know my destiny and I know my soul's blueprint. I know who I want to work with, I know what I want to work with, I know what excites me, and I'm going to go forward as a 5D divine New Earth Star leader. It's time for me to step up. I'm tired of being held back. I'm tired of being withheld. I'm tired of everything in my life being skewed and everybody having access to my energy and everybody having access to my money. Everybody have access to my truth and I don't have it. That's bullshit. And I sit homeless and I sit penniless. And all I do is give unconditionally every day. So Source Creator will ensure that everything will be brought back into balance whether you want to bring balance or not. Just because you don't want to pay the money back that you stole has no difference on the balancing of the scales universally, because the balance of the universe must be brought. E equals MC squared, and it's being brought, and God will ensure of it. And this is why we've said from day one, think 2 or 3 times before you think you have to do spell work, because natural order is the divine genius of God Creator. It is divine intelligence. Humanity doesn't know more than the divine intelligence. Our role is to simply surrender and let go. Detach from all you think you have to control. You don't. That's the key. There is no control. Let go. You do not control anything. Let go. Cut the cords and heal those energies and perspectives and beliefs on what you think you have to control. You don't. Let go. And if you are not healed, and if you have a lot of childhood woundings, the last thing anybody should be doing is seeking out a soulmate. Have yourself 5 years, a spiritual journey and spiritual self-actualization and spiritual enlightenment. Take 5 years just on your own and explore who you are. Go on retreats, go out into nature, and have yourself rely on nobody and nothing but you and Source. That is spiritual enlightenment. And everybody that is a spiritual master, and everybody that is a master of today and the ascended masters, we live in our own hermit style with Source Creator. We rely on nobody. That is the marriage of Source. And that is why people stand before us, and I know what I know. You cannot copy me. You cannot doppelganger me. You don't know anything about my path. You couldn't carry me for a minute. Because you don't do the work. You don't go away on spiritual retreats. You have no idea who you are. You don't spend an ounce in a minute by yourself because you're surrounded by chaotic energy and codependent energy, and you're all sucking the life out of each other. That has nothing to do with self-actualization. That's just chaos. The devil breeds chaos because that's what you've all chosen. You've given your energies away to deities, and you've done manifestations and conjurings and rituals in that way. So what do you expect? I've been very point blank on giving you exactly what you've done energetically. So what do you expect? Your E equals MC squared was towards rituals and it was towards taking things from other people. So what do you expect? Your life will be chaotic because you didn't allow natural order to take place. Go within. If someone doesn't want to be with you, so go heal. They're not meant to be with you. And doing magic and spell work on somebody that you think you want to be with because you know that they have spiritual clout, or you know that they have a spiritual destiny that looks exciting to you because you don't want to do the work for you. You just want to have a free ride on somebody else. That's, again, a lot of wounding. You don't know anything about yourself. You're looking for a free ride. You're a harvester. That's not your destiny, because no matter what, dear lighted ones, make no mistake about this. Each of you have a soul's blueprint, and each of you will absolutely be on your soul's blueprint, and it's going to create towers, and you're going to keep creating towers until you are aligned with your soul's blueprint, not anybody else's. So if you're a doppelganger, if you're copying people's stuff, if you're a copycat, if you're wanting to pretend you're somebody you're not, and you're wanting to be on stage when you're not really supposed to be on stage, maybe you're supposed to be the world's best muffin maker. Your soul's blueprint is just for you, and it doesn't matter how many times you think you want to be somebody because it looks good and you want to get all attention. Those are ego issues. Go heal. If you think you want to be with somebody, but there's the universe telling you no, 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 you're going to be with the person that you're meant to be with, and it's not that person that you think it is, and that you're spending so much money to do sex magic and love spells on. You're going against natural order. Listen to the universe, dear lighted ones. It's very intelligent. It's very soft. It's very smooth. It's very easy. It's very flowing. It's very natural. The people you're meant to be with will be a natural excitement. It will be a natural, soft, and loving engagement. It will be a fun trickling. It's not going to be forced and you're thinking about it 24/7 where you've got to force manifest and you've got to do outlines and you've got to do blueprints and you're calling all these people to get involved. That's not a natural soulmate. Natural soulmate is loving, happy actions. When you wake up in the morning and you feel excited to talk to somebody because you want to share something with them, that's a loving soulmate interaction. Not because you want to get from them, not because you want them to solve your problem, not because you want them to heal your issues, not because you want them to heal your body, not because you want them to buy you a home. Those are not soulmate issues. That's codependence. Get healed. Again, sit down with yourself and know and seek and understand. Why do you do what you do? And get to the bottom of it. You don't know yourself if you're not answering these questions. And you're not going to be set up and you're not going to be aligned with somebody that's done the work. None of those that are coming forward from the past have done the work. You will never be aligned with me. You won't be aligned with me. I've done the work. You're just waking up. There is no alignment. Everything in the universe is vibrationally aligned. There has to be a vibrational alignment. You have to want and be excited about being involved and engaged with energy. Everything is energy, and I'm the epitome of it. I live and breathe it every second of my day. And those that will collaborate with me will be equally excited. Not to do it because they want to get money, not to do it because they know I'm going to do all the work, not because they're going to get clout off my name, not because they know that God's going to bless me soon and they want to be a part. God will make sure that nobody has done those egregious things. They will not be blessed. They will not stand beside me. They will not eat at my table. It's already been decided. The guilty verdicts have already been handed out because the deeds were so immensely horrible. And they were over and over and over and over and over. Everything is seen. Nothing is missed. You can't slide in there at the last second and then sit at my table. It will never happen. You will never fool God, nor me. You cannot play both sides. You cannot do sacrificing on God's divine chosen ones and then go and attack them and then go and defame them and then go and create false claims on them and then say, I want to sit at your table. You cannot play both sides, people. Everyone has chosen the 3-year-ago marker. We gave everybody a choice, and every day since then, everybody has chosen their devil side. Everyone. Because you never came forward. You never did what was right when you were chosen to give the opportunity to do right, to return the monies, to do simple things and acts of kindness. When it was suffering, when I was showing you blatant suffering, when I was showing you blatant pain and trauma and PTSD and all the videos that I've placed out. Sitting homeless, nobody has experienced it, and I've shown everybody. And I have videos of very dark moments. And maybe in my video or maybe in a movie, I'll put those out. Nobody has any idea what I've been through. And it's not a mistake, and it's not just an oops, I didn't mean to, I'm awake now, I didn't mean to do the magic on you. No. These were egregious acts. They were done with obsession and relentless direction and intention of malice and harm and defamation and exploitation and laughing at me in my suffering. And you all made money. You all passed money back and forth, and you all knew exactly what you were doing in your little kitchen chat rooms and your little kitchen meetings. All know what they have done, and God has seen it all. Every action. Everyone knows what they stole. I want the money back. Every penny of it. So that's what you have to deal with. How are you going to return what is owed to me? Whether it's property, whether it's things you've stolen from my house, whether it's things you've stolen from anywhere, I'm owed what I'm owed. And the universe wants balance. That's natural order. Because you will not always be on top of the wheel. You have to learn your lessons. And you will sit down when Source says it's time to sit down. We gave you many years of being very kind and patient and very, very graceful. Again, as God said on Friday, as the decree, there will be no more grace. There will be no more mitigations. The windows and the doors are closed. You've all had your opportunity to do right. Go to the authorities and bring your truth. The purity of your intention is the only way you will heal your heart and heal karma. If someone says they don't want to speak to you because it's already been hashed over, I'm over it. Get out. There's no coming back. We're not buddies. We're not pals. Leave me alone and let me heal and move on with my life. My life will be moved on because I deserve to grow in new ways and not be held back by contemptuous little devils that want to say they own me for their benefit and their gain on the black web. You have all abused me in infinite number of ways, and you had no right, including the government, including YouTube, including church and state. And each of you are getting karma daily based on your souls, your ancestors, and God. I'm simply speaking the Messiah message. And I'm standing in my North Node as a role model to all others. Never bow to lesser. Never bow to conformity of abuse to any. Our planet needs our ambassadorialship. Our children need to see us live in unity and peace and harmony and build bridges, not nuclear weapons. Our children need to see divine masculine supporting and purveying of life and lifting divine feminine, the birthers of all life. We need to have our role models in order, and we need to have ourselves stand 10 toes down, because things are breaking and we're going to remake them 10 times better. Because that's our job. We're highly intelligent. We're highly consciously aware now. Our hearts are aligned. Our hearts are ready. And that's what's needed for a high vibrational earth is heart alignment. Our divine sacred blueprint. The heavens are collective and divine love. Everybody has it. That's a divine sacred trinity. The heavens, the collective, and Gaia. That is your vocation. It's not a cult or coven. It's not sandwiches. It's not underground bidding sections. No. We're spiritual beings now. We're awakening to it. So let go of the little beliefs. Let go of your codependencies. Let go of the bindings and let go of the bondage. It's time for us to level up. Source Creator is an honor, and your guides are there to heal you in every moment. Please respect the will and the sensitivities of those that are actually healers and leaders. Our sensitivities are not like all others. And when we say stop doing the magic, it means stop doing the magic because you're damaging us at a soul level. Because we're about 100 times more sensitive than you are. Everybody on this planet must understand. Everyone has unique DNA and a unique soul's blueprint. Everyone has unique gifts and skills and talents and sensitivities. And highly functioning, highly empathic person that has highly celestial star DNA. What has been done to me, I should have never survived. I should have never survived what was done to me. It's like putting an autistic child that has audible sensitivities and blasting hardcore metal music all the time. And you all think it's a game and you laugh at it. And you make money off it to see how much money you can pass back and forth, to see how much you can make her torture and torment. And that sits on your soul. You have to alchemize that. That's the story of your soul legacy. So if you want to change your story, then change your story. Be accountable. Nobody's going to change your story for you. Nobody's doing your work. It's your work. It's your soul. You did the deeds. You chose to lie. You chose to do the spell work. You chose to get together with corrupt people. Do your deeds. Clear it up. Nobody's going to do it for you. And you're not going to touch the children. They are protected. Those are the now sequencings, steer-lighted ones. And I am the Messiah bringing forward these sequencings for our new Earth star. There is a momentum, E equals MC squared. What energy are you putting forward to your reality? Your intention, your direction, and your focus. And it would behove everybody to sit down and sit with light every day and honor light every day and honor the mother and the father and all your healing teams and all the fairies and the gnomes and all that is Gaia. Nobody deserves spell work put on them because you want a selfish outcome. And if there are anybody in the collective that are directing these horrible outcomes and these horrible directives, you need to take it to the authorities right away. Because it is criminal abuse, and it is intent to murder, intent to defame, intent to sabotage, intent to criminally infect, and on and on and on. And these are criminal offenses. And nobody will get away with being that unconscionable of a bully. I deserve to be who I am. I deserve to be left the fuck alone. I deserve to be in the creator mode that I am as a creator God, and I will stand as I will stand for a role model as all others are choosing to seek different and higher ways. It's free will. And there will be those that will choose the dark side, and that's fine. You've all got the message, you've all got the rules, and you all have the understanding of consequences. Because you don't get to be entitled to abuse. Because you want a piece of starseed battery in your cult or coven to abuse and to make money off of. Take every deed that you have done to the authorities and start making it right. And bring your apologies and bring what you can back to those people that you have stolen it from. And make a plan to repay the debt. That's being responsible. And that's being a responsible part of your collective to say, I screwed up, how can I make it right? This is what I'm surrendering to, this is what I can do. That's being responsible, that's taking accountability. And so far, not one person has done that. Anybody that wants to come forward for a collaboration on business purposes, I've already stated that I will not work for the government. I am a creative consultant, and I work on a creative consultant basis because my jurisdiction is the heavens. I plan on being involved in new laws for dark occult and new laws for systematic abuse so that those people can be protected that are trying to be lured and groomed into trafficking rings. The starseed children are not here for trafficking rings. They are here to uplift all creation and activate their DNA. And I'm not going to sit down until these teachings are global. That is my mandate. And that's my excitement as being a sacred child to all other sacred children. We're far more than we were ever taught or told, and we're gonna remake our education systems. We're gonna remake our arts and entertainment field. We're gonna remake everything with higher integrity and higher morals, because we care about who we are as light, because we do want another lifetime, because we don't want to give karma to our children. We want to heal our bodies, and we want to be higher vibrational. That's free will. And how is that so wrong? So again, dear lighted ones, it's natural order for things to fall and break, because it must. The 3D systems are broken, led by broken people and wounded people that are going to have to look at themselves no matter what, no matter how it's being brought to them. The light will continue, it will not stop. Ascension will continue, it will not stop. So everybody must look at their lower vibrational beliefs that leave them in separation and discrimination or judgment. Heal those wounds and integrate your soul fragments. This is the process of ascension. And I am very excited, and I'm very lucky, and I'm very glad that Source Creator, Mother, Father, God have given me this opportunity. Everybody from the past and all other timelines that have attacked me, everybody is forgiven. All the way up to the government, you're all forgiven. Everything that has been done to me intentionally and maliciously, you're all forgiven. I wish you go away. My highest and greatest wish is for you to go and sit at the table and start dealing with your deeds and start healing. If you choose not to heal, then you will be stopped by the legions, you will be stopped by my ancestors, and you will be stopped by Mother, Father, God itself. Because you all have been told, I will not be touched. Every false accusation, every defamation, everything that is done on my name to continually try and pull me into your mess, into your darkness, it will be met with failure. Because I do not deserve another ounce of false accusations and false sabotages and false mess. I will not be involved in your mess. It has been called judgment. The timelines are being pulled. You will not continue to abuse the innocent. And in that, dear lighted ones, it is a natural order. What you put out, you're getting back. And if you're constantly putting out chaos and targeting and hating, you're going to get it back. You don't have the rights to abuse and force people to be in your mess and make up arbitrary false claims and waste arbitrary false time and energy and monies of those people in the cities. And some of them do have the right sense of justice, and they're trying their best. So stop wasting the justice's time by bringing false accusations that you know are 100% false. Because all that's required is a financial audit, and all of you will be found guilty. The spiritual courts have already spoken. Guilty verdicts are. You try and play God, and you try and play both sides, and you try and think you're fooling God and tricking God. You're just a whole bunch of more karma, and I feel sorry for your soul. Anybody that thinks they're more powerful in trickery of God, you must absolutely get assessed. The creator of galaxies, the creator of quasars, the creator of pulsars, the creator of multiverses. Are you kidding me? And you just want to get out of your karma. That's how you know there's psychosis going on. Please go and get healed. I'm signing out, dear lighted ones. Please go and enjoy your summer day. Anybody that would like to donate, I would absolutely love it. I'm collecting finances and money to heal the very warped and twisted and skewed finances and all of the financial mess that has to be cleared up. And I'm also intending to move as far away as possible. So I'm going to need money for moving. So I would really love and appreciate any money that people have, that they have in resource and abundance, or they have in flow, would be very wonderful to assist with my rebuilding. Thank you so much. And any collaborations, please read the directives. I love you so much. Go out and play. We love you. We love you. We love you. And Celeste is signing out. Namaste, dear lighted ones. Namaste.